Okay, this video isn't actually going to be a hit piece on Jeff the Landshark. He is an annoying little pain in the backside, like a pimple on your butt cheek, but he got his own event that I want to talk about because I think this is where we're starting to see Marvel Rivals unfortunately kind of fumble the bag. In this video I'm going to go over both the bad and the good about the event because whilst it's enjoyable, it leaves a lot to be desired. I'll get into it in a minute, but first I'm going to ask you to subscribe as I want to keep making content like this that isn't only entertaining but informative too. We're nearing that 1k sub milestone and I'd greatly appreciate it if we could reach it by the end of the year. Now let's get festive. I'll start with the bad as usual when I make these kind of videos. We'll leave the good till towards the end of the video to end on a positive note. Now, my main problem with this event is that there's not really much going on outside of the Jeff game mode. It's going to be a few weeks of just playing Marvel Splatoon 4 to get a skin, which, don't get me wrong, I don't mind, but man, it's going to get boring. I just wish they went about these rewards in a slightly different way. If we could get the skin by just casually playing the game normally, it would be miles better because we wouldn't get fatigued as quickly. Before you correct me, I know that both the silver and gold stars also drop from completing seasonal missions, but a fair few people have already finished them all, so we're kinda time gated unfortunately. Yeah, can you tell people like this game? One of the biggest problems with Overwatch's event game modes is that they're old and hardly ever get updated, especially the festive ones. And I'd hate to see the same thing happen to Marvel Rivals because they could easily improve on this flaw if not just outright avoid it. I hate to compare the two, but where Overwatch fails, Rivals has a chance to come out on top by not repeating their actions, but at the minute they're repeating Overwatch's actions. Also, the length of these games are so short. It feels like by the time I'm in the enemy spawn, the match is over because they're only 3 minutes long. In comparison, and it is going to be a bit of a weird comparison, but bear with me, Splatoon's matches are generally around double this, but in all fairness, they're played on bigger maps with a variety of different weapons.
Splatoon 2, Nintendo Switch, game rated everyone 10 and up. Splatoon 2 is a fucking stupid game.
To me, this is way too short. I feel like 5 minutes would have been better, but with the mode not being 6v6, I think it would be a bit harder to make any decent progress, just constantly going back and forth. I don't know, it's just a slight problem that I personally have, but I don't think that means that the mode isn't good. If anything, the game mode is great. It's such a simple concept, literally just being Splatoon but with Jeff. But it's a fun burst of dopamine, distracting from the fact that you're gonna have to play solo strategist when you go back to comp because your teammates are dense. As I mentioned before, the matches are only 3 minutes, which is unfortunate because I want more of it, but it does make the grind to finish the missions easier. I say grind loosely as it's not really a grind. You can get most of these missions done in the 5 matches you need for one of the missions. I don't know if this will be the same for future missions, but this is still pretty good regardless. But that just about does it for this event and ultimately this video. Yeah, there's not really that much to it, but it's enjoyable and I like it for what it is. It's a shame that the matches only last 3 minutes and it's on one map, but I guess that's all it really needs for now. It's the inaugural event, so they have room for failure, but they also have room for improvement for the exact same reason. In case that didn't make sense to you, let me word it a bit differently. You might think it's a bit shit, but it's allowed to be a bit shit because it's their first stab at an event. The only problem is, if Nintendo sees this, they might send Marvel a very nice Christmas present in the form of a lawsuit. Anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm going to ask you to subscribe and leave a like on this video, as it lets me know that you've enjoyed it and want to see more. Let me know how you're finding Jeff Toon in the comments. I'm calling it Jeff Toon from now on. I refuse to believe it's called anything else. Have a nice Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and finally, have a nice day or night if you're watching this at night, and make sure you check out some of my other videos. Not only will I appreciate it, but you might too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.